How you
Who knows,
doing?
man? I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there?
Yeah.
Your balls also dropped.
My balls have definitely dropped. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, well
My
now I
balls.
also have a beard now too. It's insane.
Oh my God. I don't have a beard.
Here, I'll send a picture in the chat. It's
Where did what? Look how they massacred my boy. He became a redneck. Bro's gonna have a do rag and everything. Bro's gonna have waves.
Yeah, I have a do-rag.
Oh my God.
I I do. I do.
Why?
Cuz I'm in culinary school now.
So what? You do high school and cutlery?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I do both.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't. I just work.
Mm.
Interesting.
Man,
Oh no.
it's been a really long time since we've actually like talked to each other.
It's been God knows how long since I've talked to like literally anyone from
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what the best
literally
part is?
what's up?
The best part is that we're starting this channel again right after YouTube got rid of the DMCA stuff.
What does that mean?
Did you hear?
No?
Basically after Susan quit being the CEO,
Mm-hmm.
we have new DMCA rules, meaning that no more ghost striking channels. We can now say all of the slurs we want.
Hell yeah, that's right up my alley.
Which is why, for today's first episode of the podcast, we are going to be talking about the deep, long history of racism.
Let's go.
Mm hmm.
Racism.
Mm hmm. Yeah, I think.
Started back in Europe, my
Mm
friends.
hmm.
We don't like Europe though, especially
Yeah.
the British, because we're Americans.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So, what's your favorite race?
The American race, because I'm an American.
I
Wait, wait, wait,
don't
wait.
know. Me personally, I was gonna say like NASCAR, but
Wait. Ask that question again, my good sir.
okay. Okay. What is your favorite race?
My favorite race is the. God damn it! Hold on. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. My favorite race is the American race because I'm an American citizen. And damn, this is taking God forever. That's not the right one. Okay, this one. Jesus. I ask it again.
Young man, what is your favorite race in America?
American, because we are all American citizens hunting oil, and we all hate the British. Gun violence reigns.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! America! Let's go,
Yes.
brother.
Let's go, brother.
Yeah!
Let's go beat up some British people.
Let's go beat up some women.
We'll beat up some people. I feel like that's more accurate since we're in the South.
Yeah. Yeah. You you have a good point there.
I do have a good point. Bro, it's been freaking forever since I've talked to literally anyone with.
Man, yeah. It has been a pretty long time since I've talking to any liberals myself, I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
But
know.
they're all liberals now? Oh no. What have they
Oh man.
I need to come back and start spreading my communist
Yeah,
regime again.
the moment you left was the moment everything went downhill. So, how's it been? What you been up to?
Nothing much, mainly just working.
Working? So you actually have a job. So now Yet another one of my friends that has gotten a job before me, at least a legal one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple days ago was my 1 year anniversary at the company in my
Mm.
store. So I'm like, hell yeah. I work at Publix, so
Awesome. Yeah.
yes, it's always fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about working at Walmart, but then I heard that they had like a social credit system.
No.
Yeah, I heard they were like easy over there. If you came into work too late or too early, they'd take points off of your social credit.
Oh
And then you'd
no.
get fired.
They're like the Chinese with their social credit bullshit, with
Yeah.
their hing ching hong shit. I have a meme somewhere that I'm going to be using throughout the entire podcast. It's beautiful.
Mm.
Okay, good. It worked.
Oh man, that's actually perfect. That's actually a perfect segue into so
just
yeah, so so I actually did a uh interview recently. I'm an interviewer now.
Oh really?
Yeah, I interviewed one of my friends, Sebastian, on the new Hogwarts
Uh,
Legacy game.
oh really?
But the funny thing is that he knows nothing about Harry Potter, and I had only watched the movies like 2 days beforehand. So we both had no idea on the subject of Harry Potter.
That's
So
literally me.
so the first here, I can actually read off some of the questions to you real quick because I have the full interview. I asked him 13 questions, and it's
Okay, ask
slow.
me the 13 questions
Okay, you
from
want me to? You
someone who's never read any Harry Potter books, nor the movies, nor any of the games, nor even the fan base. Lay it on me.
you wanna you want me to interview you?
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. I have the questions here, but there's also photos that go with the questions. So
Oh no.
be
Not
prepared. Be
not the
prepared.
photos.
Be prepared. So,
Trying to be
all
prepared,
right.
man.
So, when did you become such a massive Harry Potter fan?
2001 on September 11th.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Same year for
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
I saw those towers, man, and I immediately thought, you know what would really fit right now in this dying tragedy in America?
Quidditch.
Harry Potter,
Harry
baby.
Potter. Yeah, no, I saw the planes hitting the towers, and I'm like, those were some funny looking dragons.
I saw the planes hit the tower, and I went, "That's a very weird looking broomstick."
All right. Yeah, and then Osama bin Laden went in there and was all like, Avada Kedavra!
Osama bin Ballin.
Avada Kedavra! Yeah. So, question
Osama
number
bin Ballin.
2. Do you think this new game will be a massive hit with the wizarding community and Harry Potter fans such as yourself?
I'ma say no. 'Cause you can't females.
All right, so already we're at a start where this would not have been allowed on KNN.
We're already canceled from KNN and CNN because everyone's died from review.
Now, maybe that would be allowed on Fox News. Fox News would allow that, like how we allowed the green M&M to have them high heels. But
We're gonna get back to that once we finish the quiz.
yeah. Once we finish the quiz,
That's a topic.
we're gonna have a Tucker Carlson moment. I actually have a small rant about the M&Ms that we'll have.
No.
All right. So, a massive part of what? Oh yeah. Question number 3. A massive part of why the game has been growing in popularity is the customization and open world aspects of the game. You really
Okay.
can have your own special adventure as your own witch or wizard in this game. So, what would you say your favorite part of the game has been so far? The game.
That one, that one wizard female that's in like the greenhouse.
Oh, so you actually do have a little bit of information.
Literally, I only saw a single
Mm.
TikTok where it's like
So
the
you're on that
kid was
freaky
very.
dicky.
No, he went into the garden and like cast like a spell and executed the bitch.
Oh, yeah, the Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, I'm like,
You would
ow,
Avada
okay.
Kedavra. Alrighty, number 4.
No, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure he was a giant fan of that stuff since he abracadabra like a shit ton
Oh, jeez. Oh man, yeah. First episode and last episode of the podcast as the boys were immediately canceled.
The boys were immediately taken off of Spotify and executed.
Who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
That owl,
Which one?
the white one.
Dude, I thought your answer was going to be the same as my friend Sebastian's. Dude, you want to know what his answer was?
A black owl.
No. All right. I will repeat to you what his answer was right now.
Oh God.
It was the owl that crashed and it died.
Oh.
And he's like, well, trying to give something to Harry Potter, it crashed and broke its neck and died.
Skill issue, if you ask me.
But I was trying so hard not to laugh at that. I was having the hardest time, and he was keeping the straightest face ever.
Oh my God.
Oh man. All right, so Hogwarts Legacy is set about 100 years before the story of Harry Potter takes place. Do you think this was a right move made by Warner Brothers, or do you think the game should have been a bit closer to the time that the books take place?
A little bit closer, because if you ask me, that little sorting hat's pretty sexy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that sorting hat got more than 1 or 2 holes. So yeah, I tell you what, buddy.
Wait, so I'm gonna be honest, you sound like in Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption.
Dutch!
Dutch!
Where's the money? Where's the money, Dutch? I know you got it.
Dutch, we gotta go. We gotta let him cook.
John. I got a new body on my That was me looking at Harry Potter. More like Harry Squatter, if you know what I mean. He got that. Alright. So, another massive part of the gaming community behind Hogwarts Legacy is the modding community, which has brought on some great controversy behind some mods. How do these make you feel? We have mod number 1.
Is that a fighter jet?
Maybe.
That's beautiful. What are you talking about? How is that controversial?
Well, that's just
America finds out Hogwarts has oil.
Okay.
How is that controversial? That's art.
I know. It's pretty beautiful.
Mod.
Hold on, I gotta do something real quick.
I gotta find me the Harry Potter mod.
I gotta find the Harry Potter Schmexit mod. All right, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it through this. Okay.
Oh God.
Here's the next mod.
Put a new 40. Oh my god, it's
Here's the last mod. Yeah, so I thought that one would be a little bit more controversial.
Yeah, Voldemort, you want to steal my wand? Well, guess what, bitch? I grew up in New York. Here's the 9.
All right. Here's question number 7. Many people have been supporting the game, but a small number of people are in fact trying to boycott the game due to remarks that the writer said about the trans community. Even though the original writer has no involvement with the series, or game, I guess you would say in this case, what would you say your radical political opinion is on the matter?
Honestly, trans people. Grow a pair of balls.
I'm gonna put the like bleep sound effect over everything but the last thing that you said.
Grow a pair of
Inside, and yeah, except for that, inside of whenever the podcast comes out, it's gonna sound like you just said like the most horrific thing ever.
And then, like, at the end, it's just an uncut. It's just grow a pair of balls.
All right. What is your favorite mission in the game so far?
Trying to find a way to the absolute shit out of the witch in the goddamn greenhouse.
Okay, I see what you are. You're a little bit freaky deaky, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, okay, hot stuff. What's ironic is that the next question has a lot to deal with what you just said.
Oh no!
So, with the most romantic voice you could possibly think of, who is your lover in the game?
Dobby.
Funnily enough, that is also having a lot to deal with the next question. Alrighty. So out of these, hold on.
I just look back at the chat and all I just see is just Harry Potter with a gun in his hand.
Out of these 4 wizards, which would you consider to be yourself more romantically attracted to?
Oh god. For those of you who can't see, he posted a picture of Dobby, a dead corpse, Ganondorf, and then Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you only got the best part. Oh yeah, audio listeners, we have Jesus Christ, the Dobby, a chicken nugget, and Gandalf the Grey. They're my
Honestly,
4.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna have to choose that sheep that Jesus is holding.
Yeah, he is the hottest out of the group. Not gonna lie.
Damn it!
I love myself some Jesus. Jesus loves me and I love him. You know what I'm saying, brother?
And I especially love that goddamn sheep he's holding. Gonna make me some lamb chops.
Mm-hmm. I love Jesus.
Who don't love Jesus?
So, anyways, if you're new here, welcome to our religious podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the long history of the Christian and Orthodox Roman Church.
It all started when they started children.
Oh. Oh, brother. Brother, no. Oh, man.
We're not gonna make it to episode 2, man.
We're not gonna make it. Oh, man. All right.
Oh shit, I'm crying,
All right.
dog.
Okay, question number 11. Who is Hogwarts and what is his legacy?
Hogwarts is Dobby, and the legacy is me stomping his neck into the ground.
That's the noise he makes. See, he smells. He smells your toes like that, and then he goes. Okay. Okay, I have another one for you. Who
I'm
is that?
laughing so much my mom.
Who is that Pokemon?
That is former U.S. President Donald Trump.
It's actually Harry Potter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Laughing so much, my
Man.
mother told me to shut the hell up.
And I can't ask you the last one because I don't have a photo of it, but I have like the Elder Wand.
Mhm.
Oh,
I know what it looks like. Go on.
yeah. Yeah. And last but not least, in your infinite Harry Potter fandom wisdom,
Oh my God,
what
I
would you
completely
say this is? What would you say
That,
this?
my friend, is the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1940.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Yeah. I love the Hiroshima, Nagasaki people.
Sorry, that was a little transitioning.
Is that our transition noise?
Yeah, just random ass memes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like early like 2019 memes.
Early 2018, 2019 memes. Bring that back. Not all this political bullshit.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing women online. Put them back in the kitchen.
I want to see man.
I want to see man. Only man.
Air-bested man.
I don't want to see no. I don't want to see no woman titties. I want to see man titties.
We need to have a segment called Story Time on the podcast.
Story time? Is this like something that happened?
Yes, this happened today actually.
Oh, okay. I'm interested. Tell me.
Okay, so
And try not to use meme sound effects. Well, I want this
okay.
to be as serious as possible.
This is a little serious,
Mm-hmm.
but not really. So so I'm sitting in business class,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna use any names because of confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, just go ahead. Go ahead and tell me their full legal name and address on the podcast.
okay, not actually his name. I just use a
Wow.
job name.
Wow, I cannot believe you just leaked that man's social security number on a live podcast. How could
I'm so
you?
sorry. I leaked that man's maiden mother's name.
Mate, how could you? You. Alright, but continue.
So in business class,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there, and I sit next to three other guys. Okay, there's one white kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then two black kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the middle, and I'm the racist one out of all. No, I'm just.
And I'm
So
the one that has two N-word passes.
I do have an N-word patch.
I do too. Alright,
But
yeah.
so one of the black guys
Mm-hmm.
draws, and so he gave me his iPad to do some Procreate stuff on it because him and the white kid are trying to do rap songs, and I'm doing the cover art for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going through it, and I see a stack on Procreate labeled DeviantArt.
Mm.
Now I should have stopped and mind my own business, but I'm white, and white people don't do that. So, so I started to dig,
Mm.
and I was ready to drink some bleach. Um,
Very interesting.
so me and the other black kid, because the white kid and the other black kid who the iPad belonged to went outside,
Mhm. Mhm.
and so me and the black kid, I just wanted to stop, but he's like, no, no, we gotta keep digging. And I'm like, okay. So we kept digging,
Mhm.
and we're looking through everything now. I
Mhm.
mean, we went through his Twitter, Instagram, Chrome, and that's when we get to Safari.
Oh
And we
no.
noticed something on Safari.
No. No.
On,
How
on Safari, it said private browsing activated.
mhm.
And so we go on, and I'm thinking, oh, it'll just shut off. It didn't shut off.
Okay. All right. Well, you had to find something spicy on there.
Oh, there was a lot of spicy stuff on there, but not the good kind of spicy.
So no Italian meatballs with extra chipotle sauce.
There was not no Italian.
I am really sad.
Mario Day is
I am
officially
really
ruined.
upset.
But so I'm looking, and me and the black kid are starstruck. We're like, oh my god.
There's so many men.
No, it's not even men. There
There's
was
so many
just.
furries.
It wasn't even that. It
There's
was
so many
just.
feet. I'm just gonna keep on going.
It's worse than that.
There's so many women.
I wish.
There's so many children. You
Not worse
stopped
than
there.
that.
You wait. You stopped whenever I said children. Wait a
Because I
minute.
started crying. It's not worse than that. If it was that, I would be calling the cops.
Mm.
So it's random drawing material. There was that. There was
Oh.
piss. Was
Oh.
farting.
Oh.
I'm like
Oh
I'm like
no.
oh,
Oh no. 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 No.
I was like dying, and the other black guy was just standing there starstruck. He took a video of it and was like, "That's insane." I'm like, "Why?"
He took a video of it and it was like, I'm keeping this for later.
And so we then closed out of Spotify. Oh God,
He
closed
was
out of.
listening to it, it was just noises.
We closed out of Safari, and I went back to drawing.
Mm.
And he comes in a couple minutes later and was like, "Hey, are you snooping?" And I'm like, "No."
No. I
Meanwhile,
would
I
never.
have my mask. I have my mask on, and underneath, I just look so horrified. I'm like, "No, definitely not."
I didn't see the feet pics, I promise.
I don't know where. I don't know where King Julian's feet pics are, Mort.
Please, I didn't look at them. I promise. Please.
So yeah, there's that, and then proceeded to see the same black kid as I was walking into the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one with the iPad, but the other one who took the video.
Mm.
And we just kind of looked at each other and just both started dying. Okay, and now it's time for the story of how I acquired this N-word pass.
Perfect. Here we go. Here's our first section of racism and why it should never have been allowed in the United States ever.
Sure.
I was like, please say something. Please laugh. Say something. I'm like, no. They're gonna think I'm racist.
Sure, okay. But
yeah, sure.
yeah.
What's up, my fellow?
What's that? Speaking of crackers,
Yeah, I love
recently
saltines. I love saltines in Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite, Epic Gaming Royale, Among Us.
we're now appealing to the middle school audience.
Well, no, I just had to say that so that not Susan could not demonetize us. Please, Susan, please, not Susan, whoever your name is, Rajit, whoever is
Rajit.
I don't know. Who's the new CEO?
That's a good ask. What is it? YouTube?
Yeah, who's the new YouTube CEO?
Neil Mohan.
Neil
Oh,
Mohan.
it's an Indian guy. Oh God.
Oh man, I probably should not have said Rajit. No.
Rajit.
I should not have said Rajit.
Baljit's older brother, Rajit.
No.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay. So as you were saying, how'd you get the not white pass?
You're not white pass.
Mm-hmm.
This was like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my one coworker, who's black. This is important to the story.
Okay.
Just
making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah. We were doing some floor care, and there's this other black guy who we don't like. Literally, no one in the store likes him.
Okay.
Because he is both black and he is both disabled, and just is a complete.
We don't like him because he's disabled, but also because he's black.
No, it's mainly because he's a and no one likes him.
Okay.
And so I asked him, I'm like, hey, can I use the pass on him? And Davin, who was my coworker, was like, sure. And I'm like, bet. So now, next time I see him, I'm going to walk up to him and be like, hello, my fellow.
I'm also gonna bleep out that last word you said. Yeah, so you want me to tell you how I got both of mine?
Yeah, that's the thing too. For me, both of them are not off passes.
All right, so one of them was a word to mouth, like what you just had, with what you had with your friend. So basically, I was it was an emergency N-word pass. It was straight up an emergency N-word pass. So basically, the guys in my classroom, they found out that I am like a voice guy, that like I do voices. And so one of my friends, I'm gonna call him Marquish. Yeah, we'll say that. They found out I was the voice guy, and so he started texting his friend, and I would do the text-to-speech meme robot voice for his thing.
Okay.
And I was saying words out loud, and he wasn't, like, his messages suddenly stopped sending, so he started getting more and more angry. And then he send N-word. And my brain did not compute. I just kept on reading, so I went, send mine. Like, in class, out loud, in front of the whitest group of people imaginable. So, very quickly, my friend Marquish, he stood up, and everybody was looking at me. He stood up, and he looked around. He went, "I'm giving him the pass." That was technically my second one. That's my word to mouth one. Now my more interesting one is my digital
Okay.
copy.
Oh god, you have a digital copy?
Yes. So my
I'm gonna have my
black
coworker
friend,
do one of
my black friend,
that. Mm-hmm.
uh, his name. All right, you know what? I think I can say it. His name is. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Just say
I'm
his name is
also
like
gonna call him Marquish. so,
uh,
so Marquish number dos commissioned me to make him an N-word pass.
okay.
And he said that he was gonna try to like hand it out to people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Honestly,
so
that's
I
not a bad business deal.
I went online and I found a Yu-Gi-Oh card generator.
Oh no.
And so I put together with his permission, I put together. Oh my gosh, none of this is going to be able to make it on the podcast.
Nope. Nope.
I put together um this.
Oh my god. I'm going to have to get that laminate. I'm going to save this,
No,
laminate it
no,
into
no.
a damn
You know what the
card, and I'm
best, you know what the
going
best
to
part is?
what?
He signed it.
Signed it?
He signed the back of it. So it's signed too.
I'm full on taking that signature as well.
Oh man. All right, yeah, I'm going to have to cut out a good portion of that.
Literally, this entire podcast is not gonna see the light of day.
Episode 1 never sees the light of day. Oh man. Oh man. So I'm scrolling through my photos here and we really haven't talked in a while. Did you hear about my car crash?
I'm not.
So I flipped my car 3 times in a ditch.
How did you manage that?
Well, you see, I had one too many butter beers.
Oh my
And I
god.
was on my way to Universal. And I heard the song Tokyo Drift.
Oh my god. Did
And
you
so
Tokyo drift
in
into
my
the ditch?
infinite wisdom, I did a perfect Tokyo Drift almost into a family of 4. And then I proceeded to go bippity boppity, this car is no longer my property. And I drove right into a ditch and
Good job.
flipped my car 3 to 4 times, landing on its side until I climbed out and flipped it back over with my huge muscles. But yeah, this is the picture.
Oh my god, dog. Jesus Christ.
All right, so you want the actual story of what happened?
Yes.
All right, so basically the roads were a little bit wet and I there's this sharp turn. I was going like a little bit below the speed limit too, but it was a sharp turn
Yeah.
and I take it and my car is slowly starting to drift into the other lane. And I see this car about to hit me. Like literally it's a few feet away. So I immediately, human instinct kicks in. I turn the wheel to get back into my lane, but I accidentally overcorrect it. And one wheel went into the storm drain while the other went over the storm drain, which immediately caused my car to like triple flip across the thing. And so you see how the side is like all like how the door is bent and like how everything's torn off?
Yeah.
That's because it slid down the thing
Good
and
Christ.
it landed on that side. So I couldn't get out the door, right?
Yeah.
All the doors were locked. I couldn't take my key out. I was able to turn off the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was during my medieval year, which I'll have to tell you about that later. But basically,
Oh God.
I had this like 25-pound leather bag with all of my books and stuff in it
Mm-hmm.
that barely flew past my head, and it shattered the other side of the car's window.
Okay.
And that's how I had to get out of the car. I had to climb through the passenger side window to get out.
Jesus
All of my
Christ.
stuff was flown all over the place. Like, my bags were flown, everything out of my bag flew all over the place. In fact, my phone was in the water, like, for a solid 2 hours.
Good Lord.
And you know what the funniest part about all this is?
Well,
I came out with literally not a scratch.
at least that's good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm being dead serious. I got scratches from climbing out, but I was completely safe the entire rest of the ride.
And that, kids, is why you wear a seatbelt.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yes. To you people listening out there, wear your seatbelt. I'm being dead serious. If I had not worn my seatbelt in this, I would have flown through the front window. It's not
Yeah.
in the photo, but my bag, that's another thing that could have harmed me is that my bag was flying around the car. It actually almost shattered the front window.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that like I'm telling you my car flipped like 3 times. I could have, if I did not have my seatbelt on, because my seatbelt is what kept me in place, and that's what kept me from getting all scratched up. If I did not have
Yeah.
my seatbelt on, I would have not even been able to climb out of the car. I probably would have been dead.
Probably.
Yeah,
Speaking of
especially.
car crashes,
Oh,
the amount of
oh, did
the
you?
amount of times that I haven't gotten in a car crash yet, but the amount of times that I've narrowly avoid crashing into idiots because of the fact that people here cannot drive.
Oh,
My most recent one, and this is with the car that I currently use, which is a
mm-hmm,
piece of shit, but I love it to death.
mm-hmm,
So my grandfather, for my 18th birthday, or a couple days beforehand, gave me his 2014 Kia Optima.
mm-hmm,
You know, he completely redid the entire car. It's like brand spanking new, just with an old ass body on it.
mm-hmm,
One thing that it doesn't have though, and which I didn't realize at the time until recently, that Kia, the car company, doesn't even make is auto brakes. Because before then, I've always had a Jeep. My first car that I drove when I had a permit was a Jeep Wrangler. I would always drive my dad's Grand Cherokee around for work up until I got this car. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put auto brakes
mm-hmm,
on it in a couple days. But I'm like, but that costs money, and I don't have money, so whatever.
mm-hmm,
But and so it was with me and my one friend.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not gonna use her name, and
Okay.
she's probably not listening. But if she does, then she knows who she is. Um, but I had work that day, and we were hanging out, and it was starting to get close to when I had to go to work. So we were like speeding towards my job or her place to drop her off, and I was gonna get changed there and then go to work.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen.
Mm.
So where we were driving was a straight shot up to the traffic light, but at the traffic light there's a railroad track.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're driving, and the car in front of us, it is a I'm pretty sure it was either a Volkswagen Beetle or no, it was a Honda Civic. It was a white Honda Civic.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped short in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this lane is there's one main lane, and past the Honda Civic is the right lane where you can go and turn onto the side street.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, there's nothing there. It's just grass and a little like fallen ditch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Honda stops short. We don't react in time until we go over the railroad tracks and see that the Honda stopped short. So we slam on the brakes. The brakes didn't react fast enough, and I'm like, "Oh shit." It's either and I had to make a choice. It's either I swerve the car and go off the road and into the ditch and then onto the right lane, or I slam into the back of this Honda Civic and possibly get injured. I go with option B, and I swerved the car off the road into the ditch and then onto the main road.
Mm.
And we then turned down the side street pretty quickly because we're like, that was, embarrassing. And so
Yeah.
we do a U-turn and we keep driving up to her place. And I drop her off. I then call my parents and and they're like, "Oh, no, are you on the way to work?" I'm like, "Yeah. By the way, can I get automatic brakes for the car?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Can I get auto brakes for the Kia?" And they're like, "I mean, see how much they are." And I'm like, "Okay." I go to work and I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna be cashiering today." You know, I nearly died going to work
This is
for a cleaning shift.
mm.
A cleaning shift, not cashiering, not bagging, nothing, none of that. A cleaning shift. And so when I got home after the cleaning shift, which I was visibly shaken up to, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, you good?" And I'm like, "No, I nearly died coming here because I nearly crashed into the back of a Honda Civic because my brakes nearly gave out and I couldn't react quick enough." And they're like, "Oh shit." So I get home and I ask my parents, I'm like, "Hey, can I put automatic brakes on the car?" And they're like, "Mike, Kia isn't considered a luxury car brand, so they don't even make that for the car." I'm like, "That's stupid." And so, yeah, that is the time that I nearly crashed into the back of the Honda Civic. And then there was this other time
Mm-hmm.
in the Grand Cherokee.
Mm.
It was midsummer, and there are a lot of these in the Grand Cherokee. Because with the Grand Cherokee, Jeep is considered a high luxury brand, so they have automatic brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is we're driving uh down a little side street, and
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to turn onto the main road. On this main road, however, it's oncoming traffic, and the traffic going towards the traffic light is like bumper to bumper. You can like if there's an opportunity, you take that opportunity, or you're gonna be waiting for like an hour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So one car gives us an opportunity and we take it, and that's when we realize the car in front of us is refusing to move up.
Mm.
So now the Jeep, which is a 2018 Grand Cherokee, has its entire ass hanging out into the oncoming lane. And so we have to make a choice now as well. It's either we stay like this and possibly get hit because people here can't drive for shit,
Mm.
or I go onto the curb, go around this car, and straighten myself out, or I just go onto the grass, straighten myself out, and then zoom. I chose a fourth option,
Mm.
which was go on the grass around all the traffic, and then kind of like wiggled my way in past the lady in the car who wasn't like moving.
Dude, both of the both of these stories is just you going through like a ditch or going off road to and then getting back onto the road. Just because
Literally, yeah.
some guy in front of you is like not paying attention. He's just like playing like
No, because
Flappy Bird
literally
in the front seat.
the lady refused to move, and as I was on the curb, because the car was literally half on the curb, half on the grass.
Mm.
Or no, half on the road, half on the curb and grass. She looks at me and has like this disgusted face. So I rolled down the window because her windows were rolled down, and I'm like, "Can you possibly move to the side a little bit?"
Let me
And
guess.
so
Her being such a
she's
kind and generous, sweet-hearted, fearless, selfless woman said, "Yes, yes, yes, sweetheart.
Yes, I will happily move over for you. I will happily move over for you and let you get in your lane so that you can be safe on the roads. Yes, sweetheart, yes.
Kind of. She starts to adjust the car, but starts moving into my direction. And I'm like, no,
Okay, so
no, the
not what
other way, the other way.
so not what I said. So she decided. So she didn't go.
Oh, yes, I'll let you go. She went, oh, this dumb she's going to die.
Yeah, basically. And so I'm just now screaming at this elderly lady. Not elderly, but like middle-aged woman. Like, no, go that way, go that way. And then I fully went off the road onto the grass. And then the cars in front of me went. And the lady started to slowly go. And I literally just cut her off. And she
Mm,
honked at me. And I just went, you wouldn't move! And then I zoomed off.
mm, yeah,
And then
that kind of.
it was,
Since we're on the subject of cars, I actually have another pretty intense car story. It has
oh
nothing
god.
to do. It has nothing to do with crashes, though. It
Oh,
actually.
okay.
It actually has to do with being stalked.
Oh god.
Okay, so this is a 2-day story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So day 1, I'm heading back to my house. Well, technically, I was living in a bus at the time, so I was heading back to my bus, and I was in the deep, deep south, deep country south, multiple truck drivers and middle-aged white women eating their Burger
And no black
King Big
people.
Macs, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm about to take this left turn, and basically on the street after I take the left turn, I mean, yeah, left turn, right? It'll take me
Mm-hmm.
to this road, and it has 2 lanes and a merge lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the merge lane makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, just its placement makes no sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually a merge lane is for, like, if you're on a really long, like the merge lane will typically be like really long, right? To
Mm-hmm.
let people go by. But the thing is, the merge lane is like right in front of, because there's like lights there, so it's right in front of where the light is. So it leaves you
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no time to get into the left 2 lanes. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I'm inside. So there's two left turn lanes to get into the left like road or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm in the far right left turn lane, which is closest to the merging lane. And
Yeah.
there is this like about like medium sized like semi truck with its
Oh
load.
god.
Its load is inside of the merging lane, but its entire truck head is in like the middle of the lane that I'm turning into.
Oh
So
god.
and he's not even in his truck. He is walking outside. Like he's walking outside of his truck, walking around. So I stop my car. I'm going very slow. I'm going way below what I should be, cuz that lane is a 50-mile-an-hour zone. I was going
Mm-hmm.
like 10. Well, not even 10. I was going like 5 so that I don't hit the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not even moving. I'm parked. I'm stopped. And the guy, he turns around like, like he doesn't see like the 5 cars pile up that he caused.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns around and sees me while he's like on the phone, and he starts like yelling at me. He's going, hey, you almost hit me, man. While I'm like parked, of course. And
Oh god.
he's just mad. He's in a really mad mood. So I'm just like, whatever, man. And I get into the lane after I see that there's no more cars, and I drive off. Well,
Mm-hmm.
turns out the guy was on the phone with his family, who was one of the cars behind me in the line and like in the lineup, right?
Yeah.
So he tells them, I'm guessing he tells them that, hey, there's some kid dressed up like Osama bin Laden. He's like in his he's in this little red car. Go get him. Go flip him off. Go yell at him. Tell him to roll down his window. Tell him that his Minecraft server sucks or whatever. And so these two well-rounded McDonald's loving women inside of their like small white car, like their small white Honda, drives up like they're speeding. It's sure it's a 50-mile-an-hour zone, but they sped up to like 80 to catch up to me because I was already long gone. And so they drive up to me, and they're like, there's people like behind them. They're like honking their horns to get up to me. They get like right next to me, and they're following the same speed that I'm going. And they're like honking their horns at me, and I freak out because I'm thinking that I'm like that I'm about to hit someone or something. And basically she's like, roll down your window. Roll it down. Roll it down. Roll it down. They're like that. and I'm like, I rolled down my window. I'm like, what? And they're yelling at me. They're going, that was my brother you almost killed back there. You better watch where you're driving, young man. And they like, before I could even get a word out, they immediately sped off.
Oh my god.
They came at me. I'm like, what is a 16-year-old? I'm not even 17 at the time. I'm 16. I'm just some 16-year-old kid wearing medieval clothes. I come back from school. I have homework. I have to drive an hour and 30 minutes to get from our school to my bus that I'm living in. The last thing I needed was that family coming up and like cussing me out and telling me, you could have killed my brother, whenever I was like parked. I wasn't even moving. The guy turned around like, huh. But that's not even the worst part. If you remember before, I said this is a stalking story. So I go back home. I tell my mom, I tell my grandma what happened. I'm like, yeah, there's a couple of rednecks on the road. A redheaded guy in a truck thought I almost hit him or something, even though I was parked. And he sent his 2 white maidens after me to come hunt me down and make fun of me and tell me I'm fat and not handsome and not special and stuff like that. and they're like, all right, whatever, just be careful. So next day, I wake up early. I'm waking up at like 5 o'clock. I go take a shower. I make myself some toast, like a really nice toast. I'm feeling a little bit better. Today is a new day. It's like a Thursday or a Friday, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not even. It was a Wednesday. I remember it now. It was a Wednesday. I remember that because I remember going to youth that night and telling my cop friend that I had a bunch of rednecks chase me down from all the way up to like I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll just blur it out. Yeah, from all the way up to like a little bit past like near and stuff. Like really
chased
close.
You all the way down there?
They chased me all the way over to
Oh my god.
That's a solid hour and a half drive. I was like right next to the school whenever they stopped chasing me, right? And basically, right, I get up, I take my shower, I get ready to leave, I tell my mom bye. I'm getting in my car, and I'm about to get on this road. I'm about to get on, and I'm looking, I'm like, that car looks familiar. It's a little white Honda. And it has a medium-sized white woman with a redheaded guy in it. And they're driving by, they see my little car, and they have no tinted windows, so I can see all of their over-exaggerated facial expressions.
Oh my god.
I'm driving, I'm sitting there, and they're driving by, and the woman points at me. Like, she's like, it's him! And the guy, right? The guy's like, it's him! And so they're going, and I'm like, well, okay, that's weird. I guess they live near us or whatever. And so I get out. I'm driving. I see them. They're like a little bit in front of me, and they're about to go. We're like really close to where I guess the guy thought I hit him, like where his truck was the other day. And
Yeah.
there's a gas station there, and I see them. They're getting in. They're about to get into the turn lane to get gas. So
Yeah.
this is important for later. They were about to go and get gas. So I'm like, all right, I should be fine then. And so I leave and I'm going down and I'm starting my hour and 30-minute trek up to the school, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit over halfway, I notice, hey, every time I get into a different lane, this car behind me seems to be following me. It's like maybe they know me. Is that my no? I don't know anybody that owns a white Honda. Wait a minute.
Oh
And I
no.
look in my rear view mirror, and what do I see? I see one red-headed redneck inside of his wife beater with one of the white chicks that were in the car the other day. It was the one that was yelling at me in the car from the other day. So it's the dynamic duo, and they must have been like staking me out and waiting to find me, because they followed me all the way. They followed me a good hour and 30 minutes. Like, and I made sure that they were following me. I made sure that it wasn't just a coincidence, right?
Mhm.
I went into multiple lanes, and every time I switched lanes, they switched with me.
Bruh.
Every time I sped up, they sped up with me. Every time I moved, they tried to stay as close as possible. I don't think a single car got behind me that entire trip except for them, because they were so close behind me. They made sure that they were the car behind me the entire time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm getting closer and closer to World Golf, right?
Yeah.
And I'm there. The woman in the car, I keep on looking back occasionally to see what the lore is going on, like what's happening in the back
The
car.
lore.
Yeah. So the redhead guy's driving. He's like really mad. Like he's really mad. I guess being back at like the truck stop, and he sees my car one last time, he's like, "Ooh, I gotta go get that white boy. I gotta go get him." And so
Gotta go beat his ass.
and so he's like really mad. But
Mhm.
the girl is really worried. Like she keeps on looking down at like the dashboard on the car, and then like looking back at him, and I see them bantering, and I see them like arguing, and I see like she's pointing at like the dashboard, and he is pointing at me. So they're obviously like fighting over. In my head, I'm going, all right, well, he's still wanting to follow me, but she's saying that something is like not working, or that like something's wrong. And then that's whenever it clicked. They were going into the turn lane at the gas station, but they didn't go to the gas station.
Oh my god. They
So-
were low on
So
gas.
I had basically trapped them in the middle of in the section that did not have a single gas station. And I think the funniest part is that they were getting angrier and angrier, right? And so he's like, "Fine, I'll leave him alone." And so he sees like the CVS and like this Publix nearby, and I'm guessing that he thinks he sees like a gas station, right? And so he finally leaves me to go there, right? And so I'm like, "Man, this is one wild story." So I'm gonna tell my friends. I get school's done and everything. School's done. I'm driving by the area where they left me off, and guess what car I see at the Ace Hardware, because there was no gas station around.
Oh god.
They were so low on fuel, there was no gas stations around. They had to stop at the Ace Hardware nearby, and they were parked out front. Oh, man.
Karma's a bitch.